Hey folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here. Guess who finally got a hold of Kappa Cannoneers? It's me. So we're gonna try something ridiculous rather than something good with them. I hope you don't mind. So on the off chance that you've never played against a Kappa Cannoneer before, it is a 4/4 with improvise, meaning you can tap an artifact to make it so like you tap for 1 mana effectively when you're casting this spell. It has Ward 4, and when any artifact enters the battlefield under your control, including itself, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it can't be blocked this turn. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of my most popular decks of all time, the Glimpse of Nature's Cheerios style deck, and we're gonna put Kappa Cannoneer in the same deck. Okay. So essentially, what we're going to look to do to most games is cast a Glimpse of Nature and then play all of these zero cost artifact creatures. It doesn't really matter the text on them. And each time they draw us a card, drawing us into more of these. After just a couple of these, our Frogmites, Mirror Enforcers, and Sojourner's Companions are going to be free. And we're going to then start chaining these things into Thoughtcast's Thought Monitors, which will draw us more mana and allow us to keep going. Kappa Cannoneer in this deck is going to be a 1 mana, very large, very unblockable, very get you dead fast thing. And if we successfully churn through most of our deck, we can find a Concordant Crossroads, give all of our stuff haste, and a Kappa Cannoneer is normally horrifying. You die to it 1 turn later. Well, Concordant Crossroads makes it so that you die to it on this turn. This is absolutely a meme tier deck list, but we're gonna hope to like 3-2 or 2-3 with it while doing something that is going to be delightfully entertaining. As far as the sideboard goes, we're not gonna try to interact with our opponents too much. So we're gonna pick a couple of battles and that's it. We're gonna have a few things for decks like Storm. We're gonna have a few things for decks like Reanimator. And then we're gonna have the ability to just like get a Carpet of Flowers into play versus a slow control deck or a Delver deck, so that we can more easily cast some of our blue cards. And we also will play Beck Call, so that like when we need to go now, like we can have the possibility of sort of giving up a little bit of our end game to make it so that we have more copies of the thing that sort of gets us going. I'm really excited to try out Kappa Cannoneer. This is a card that I haven't gotten to play with. Shout outs to Card Hoarder. They sponsor me, and they finally made this card available for people in their loan program, and I am super stoked about it. If you're finding my content for the first time, please consider subscribing if you enjoy what you see, and if you're a regular, please throw me a like before this video begins. That's the easiest way to support my content for free. You want to support me financially, there's all sorts of ways you can do that. Some of those are listed in the video description, such as becoming a Patreon or a YouTube member. All right, let's battle. Hey folks, Phil from the future here. If you have time for one round, I recommend round 5 of today's video. Enjoy the show. Okay, we don't really have a payoff card with this hand, so we're just gonna mulligan. I don't need that many cards to do something ridiculous. Speaking of, does this do something ridiculous? Is the turn 1 Kappa? So this gets 4 artifacts into play. So this doesn't quite get to Kappa. Close. Not sure whether or not I'm supposed to mulligan this one. A Glimpse hand is just better than this hand by a lot. I probably make a Kappa in 2 turns most of the time. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Okay. I can keep Beat, Memnite, Petal. I'm keeping this hand. Just trying to figure out exactly how I'm going about doing it. Like, do I want to keep the Kappa because it's Kappa? Or do I just want to keep Thought Monitor and try to like get into another Kappa? I think I'm gonna throw back Thought Monitor, Frogmite, and have an early aggro start that gets backed up by a Kappa Cannoneer a few turns down the line. Like I'll have a Delver worth of power in play on turn 1. That's okay. And then I'll need like two more draws to get to Kappa, which is still the same as before. Assuming no interaction on my opponent's side. All right. Let's do a thing. Not the most potent thing in the world, but it's a thing. All right. Misty Rainforest can be so many things here. I'm just short of Kappa, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just short of Kappa, so I'll just hold this in case I draw like a glimpse. And I'll just get my lightning bolt worth of damage in. See where this ends up putting my opponent. Okay, they're just brainstorming. This could be the brainstorm of a control deck that just doesn't have time to leave up the mana for this brainstorm, or this could be the brainstorm of a combo deck trying to just kind of smooth things out. Feels like control. All right. So this is going to be a hope they don't have force situation. Yeah, I can just straight up pay one with this Lotus Petal, which is wild. All right, my opponent does have the force. Oh, they've pitched Cavern Harpy. So we are playing against Alurin. So my opponent had something for my payoff card, which isn't good for me because like now I have 3 power in play versus a deck full of blockers. This is not gonna get there. So I'm gonna be looking to draw my Thoughtcast type cards, and I probably need to do so pretty quickly. This does not have Death Touch currently. I will crash in with the Memnite. Like I'll make a trade here. Opponent's not willing to make the trade. That's fine. All right, opponent has Alurin. All right, Risen Reef. Okay. Note: I can cast my Shield Sphere at instant speed. Multiple Risen Reefs. Okay, wild. All right, there's a Cavern Harpy. Cavern Harpy Risen Reef is super cute. All right, there's another land. I don't think this like kills me. It's good. Kappa's unblockable, if that's something that ends up mattering. They're definitely cute. But these aren't gaining life or anything, so we'll just kind of let my opponent do their thing. Alright, no lands off any of those, but that means opponent has 7 cards in hand, right? So we'll see what their kill is. I have not seen a Risen Reef build before. So this is new to me. And like I wouldn't be surprised to see Uro in here if there's just gonna be like this much derping around with lands, but I really don't know. Okay, no more lands. Like are we Acererakking? Or is there some other cute nonsense here? Alright, there's a Bayou. Okay, sure. But how do you kill me? Okay, there's an Uro. I still don't know how I am dead. Right? Like, opponent now has something that offsets their life loss. But what physically kills me? Okay, yeah. Alright, there's a Verdant Catacombs, sure. Okay, Risen Reef is fine. Uh yeah, what kills me? Okay, sure. They've junked an Uro. Risen Reef is fine. Okay. Yes. Okay. I mean, like Risen Reef away, but where's the kill? Where's like the Acererak or equivalent? Okay, this kills me now, right? It leaves the battlefield. Okay, so this is the kill. So, yep. Okay, yeah, that is the thing that will finally kill me, and then they will repeat that process. Okay, got it. How do I want to board here? Carpet's okay. X okay. Mindbreak Trap's okay. I don't get to bring in all these things. I kind of have to like pick how I want to play out this game. I think I'm largely just going to play the same game and bring in a couple of Mindbreak Traps to disrupt their combo. Like just kind of trimming a little bit here and there. Get those 3 cards in. My opponent's got a decent number of basics. I think I'll actually keep this hand. Doesn't go off on 1, but I get to cast a Thoughtcast on turn 2 and potentially have like a very, very, very good turn 3. I think I'll keep this. Maybe this isn't fast enough, but against like the interactive side of my opponent's deck, like I like that I'm not just going to be stone cold dead to a single counter spell. All right, my opponent kept on 7, and we'll see if they're just gonna like lead on a Mana Dork or a cantrip. Okay, Mana Dork is the answer. All right. How deep do I go here in terms of making the Thoughtcast cost less? Like, I'm always doing this, always doing this. Play Shield Sphere, it costs 1. There's some worlds where I want to do this and some worlds where I don't. I'm gonna make it cost 1. It's yeah, that's the punish for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I artifact land cycle one of these. Yeah, I think I artifact land cycle one of these. I'll take another green. Doesn't matter unless I get wastelanded. Actually, it doesn't really matter either way. Then I'll take another blue. The next turn, I will control 5 artifacts, meaning the first one of these costs 2, the second one of these costs 1. So I can attempt a Glimpse Chain next turn. Glimpse Chain, I think, becomes very good if I draw a 0-drop artifact. Okay. No shuffle with the Ponder. Yeah, I'll count that as a 0-drop artifact here. So let's play a Glimpse. Got countered, pitching a Risen Reef. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. Can't get the Kappa into play, but I can get these others into play. I can do Kappa next turn. Oh, actually, now that I netted mana by doing that, I can get the Kappa into play, right? Getting to reuse my Lotus Petal is pretty sick. Nice. Okay, so I just made 13 power after my Glimpse got countered. That's pretty dope. I have my opponent dead in probably 2 turns. This is some high quality memes right here. They're tasty. Now my opponent can just like Allure and do cool things and kill me next turn, but you never know. Force of Figure. Disgusting. Pitching Veil. Okay. I mean, like I'll cast a Memnite. It makes my Kappa larger. Makes my Kappa unblockable. Like there's 6 damage. We're at 11. And we'll see if I die this turn. I shouldn't, because like my opponent has 1 card left. Alright. We'll cast that. Throw the Kappa. I will bash in with the Memnite. It doesn't really matter if that dies in combat. Okay, an Abrupt Decay on it is totally fine. An opponent dies next turn if I draw any artifact. And they're taking the marginal thinning here. It's very hard for them to, like, not die from this position. Yep. Just for giggles, I would have drawn the artifact. Go as is. Seems fine. Like, having some amount of game versus their combo is okay. I'm not sure if this is better than just playing Carpet, though. Like, Carpet making it so that I can cast this stuff easier and just beat down easier is, like, totally legit as well. Okay, I have no payoff card here. Let me just confirm that I can't, like, randomly Thought Monitor, right? 4. No, I can't Thought Monitor off this. I'll just mulligan this one. I'll keep this and pitch a Mox Opal and assume that the Thoughtcast gets us somewhere. I can just Thoughtcast on turn 1 for 1 mana. That's pretty legit. And I'll just plan on being on Salamander Beatdown. Sure, fine. I don't really want another Opal. I just put one of those on the bottom of my library. Alright, so there's 1 artifacts, 2 artifacts, 3 artifacts. I think I'm just going to cast this as a 2-mana card rather than play out another Shield Sphere in case I draw a Glimpse. I did not. I found a Mindbreak Trap, though. 1, 2, 3. Would have 4 artifacts in play, making this cost 3, so I can't do this yet. So I'll just go ahead and hold my turn here. I can just play the Salamander next turn, and it's totally reasonable. I'd really like to draw a Kappa or something like that. That just has a little bit more oomph. Yeah, because like the Salamander just gets stalled now. All right. Pass that. Do that. 4. I'll go ahead and cast this, and now my artifact count is high enough that the thought casts and such that I can top deck will start to be good. Okay. Are we just seeing Quick Learn? Being a Leovold. It's not bad. Okay, so kind of just gonna chill here for a little while. I'm looking to draw a Kappa. Yeah, your end of turn brainstorm is fine. We're kind of stalled. I can hard cast a mind break trap if something particularly bad happens to me. I'm gonna try to avoid that. All right, are you gonna pack in for 1 with Baleful Strix? Yes. Comes 2 after Exalted. That's fine. Like this is forever in terms of time. That's annoying, but that's gonna happen. You can bounce one of your ETB draw a card creatures. So now I actually have a valid attack this turn, right? Yeah. Awkward. I guess that can just go into play so that I can cast that for free and not have to use a mana and take me off of Mindbreak Trap. Wonder if I can finagle a situation where I like play a Kappa for 1 mana and then protect it with Mindbreak Trap. I think opponent was supposed to potentially bounce this instead of Baleful Strix. They essentially let themselves get attacked for 4 this turn. Yeah. And in the Salamander. They can just like block and bounce. Like that's totally reasonable as well. So it's not like the attack accomplishes a lot, but they gave me an attack that they didn't have to otherwise give me. Yup. Okay, now this death touches. Don't like the side of the equation that I'm on here. Alright, I mean, I'll keep making land drops because it makes Mindbreak Trap easier to cast. I will make the attacks on in. I also might need to Mindbreak Trap the stupid idiot when it comes down here. Okay, that's fine. Like every point of damage I get in is a point of damage that Kappa does not have to do later. That's fine. The Allurin. I will go ahead and just counter the Allurin. Like, I could try to fight over the thing that happens afterwards, but if they have Force of Will, they get me either way with it. Alright, so Allurin resolves, and now Cavern Harpy is going to do its thing with Ice Fang Coatl. I've hit opponent a handful of times, so they don't have a ton of life to work with here. But I effectively have 0 power in play. Like, the whole Cavern Harpy bounce thing is pretty good against what I have going on right now. So my opponent's pretty free to go pretty darn deep here. 5 is kind of the magic number where things get scary, because then if they have to pass the turn, Kappa starts killing them in a single hit. Okay, they are going to fetch out and thin the deck marginally here. That's fine. Okay. Do your thing, Cavern Harpy. 1 card deeper each time. Alright, there's a land off the second Risen Reef trigger. Storm is just casually 19, by the way. Eat your heart out, Bryant Cook. Alright, there's a Strix. We're up to the 4th Risen Reef already, which is a little silly. Alright, bounce that. And do the whole Risen Reef thing again. It lets you look at a lot of cards. Alright, there's a Misty. I guess it's like not a great legacy card, but it's not a total embarrassment to just like play out as a thing that ramps you. Opponent also might be able to just like end the turn and beat me by attacking in the air a handful of times. Okay. At this point, I think they've got me. I'm just gonna fast forward to their kill. Oh wow, I think my opponent actually is just ending their turn. Maybe they boarded out their thing that actually kills me or something. Or they're just like low enough on clock that they don't think that they can do it in a reasonable amount of time. Okay. You just want to start doing it on my turn. Okay. Got 2 cards left in deck. Sure. I don't understand why we went to my turn. Like the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is like Force of Vigor. Sure. Okay. So this is the kill now. So they bounce the Cavern Harpy to hand, and then they do like this whole song and dance, and that's fine. I am dead to that. GG's. Round 2, I absolutely will keep this hand. We will probably glimpse on turn 1, and if things go well, I'll also make a Kappa on turn 1. We're hoping like not to get hit by a discard spell here mostly. All right. We are playing against Delver, so I can play my Glimpse around a Daze. Play my Glimpse around double Daze at that. I will go ahead and just play these out. Alright, let's see if we get to do the thing. I will absolutely pay for Daze. Alright, Glimpse is active. And we're off. Alright, there's another Kappa. Oh man, is this all we're getting out of it? That Lotus Petal being removed from play is keeping me from playing both of these. Oh, that's super annoying. Yeah, because if Lotus Petal was in play, these cost 2. So I pay double Lotus Petal for the first one, draw a card, then I draw a 0-drop, I get the other one in play. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's where I'm stopping. Let's see if Delver flips. I'm pretty vulnerable to like wasteland type things right now. Did not want another 7-drop here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and artifact land cycle this and just turn my Lotus Petal into a more permanent mana source. Grab a seat here, play out a seat. Once we get into the mid game, oh, do I have stuff? But my hand is straight up bricks right now. Okay, Brainstorm's fine. The thing is that any artifact that I can put into play unlocks my entire hand. Because Mirror Enforcer gets into play, and then I will have 6 artifacts in play, which unlocks Kappa as a follow-up. Yeah, this is what I was hoping to avoid. Now I'm very far away from these things again. Okay. Currently lacking blue mana for the Kappas, which is not great because I've used 2 Lotus Petals in a seat already. R-Fire. Okay, sure. So I am at 17. This is probably just for Dragon Rage Channeler, although there's a world where my opponent is also playing Tarmogoyf, but I'm going to assume blue-red until I have reason to assume otherwise. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5, 6, 7. Play a Dazable Mirror Enforcer this turn. I think I am okay with doing that. Need to get something onto the board. All right, it worked. Now with any blue source, these Kappa Cannoneers are online, and they will be disgustingly good. R-Fire at the Dome. Absolutely respect it. So we are hoping to dodge Murktide Regent now. Will bring me to 12. That's okay in terms of a clock. Murktide coming in makes my Kappa significantly worse. Okay, it's just an expressive iteration. Seed of the Synod would be fantastic as a draw. A Lightning Bolt, which probably just goes at my dome. Yeah. Shield Sphere not doing anything here, unfortunately. Crash in for 4. I have triple Kappa Cannoneer in hand and can't do anything with it. Yeah, that Lotus Petal getting dazed, or my opponent using a daze, so I had to crack a Lotus Petal, ended up being just like absolutely devastating in terms of the texture of this game, even though it's something that like under a lot of normal circumstances won't matter. So now I need to draw a Glimpse, or I think I'm dead. Yeah, like I can play this. I take lethal in the air. Might as well not show my opponent more cards. All right, we've got Carpet of Flowers for this matchup. Bring in 4 of those. Absolutely not playing Concordant Crossroads in this matchup. And then I'll probably junk 1, maybe 2 pieces of top end and a couple of 0-drops as well. I don't want to cut too much of the top end because like the Carpet of Flowers is going to cast those cards. Go down like 1 Thought Cast or 1 Frogmite maybe. That seems reasonable. Okay, so this opening hand goes 1, 2, 3 Frogmite. Nope. Will be a mulligan. This one doesn't really work either, unfortunately. I don't want to mulligan that aggressively in this matchup. Has all of the right cards and no mana. Wow. On 5 already. I don't think I can keep a no-lander on 5. I have 8 green sources to hit. I go to 4. My deck is not good from 4. I'll keep this. Probably keep this hand. And hope to get there. Yeah. Yeah. Turns on Thoughtcast. And I get to attempt a 2-mana Thought Cast to refuel. This is a very good force if my opponent can force. Yeah. Okay, so this one's over. I basically need, like, another Thought Cast immediately, or I'm just stone cold dead. Alright. I'm getting bolted. Meltdown. Okay, so, like, it basically didn't matter what I had with this hand. I won't concede immediately, because, like, getting a Carpet and a Flowers into play is just extremely good in the matchup. But that was backbreaking after a mulligan to 5. Sure. And take your draw for Bobble. I will concede to my opponent getting another threat into play, probably, though. Or I'll concede to my Carpet of Flowers getting countered. Yeah, so those are 3/3s as of this turn. That's enough pressure that I'm probably not coming back from it at this point. I'll take a look at my draw, but I think it's pretty safe to just concede here. My opponent is going to get to look at so many cards in order to find a way to protect that. Or not protect that, like, stop me from going off. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna concede here. That's fine. Okay, I have no green mana to get things started here. So this is a hand that does nothing. What about this hand? 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably keep this one. A little wonky. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I lock in Thoughtcast's cost as being 1. I use Lotus Petal to cast it and try to keep going from there. I'm not guaranteed to get blue mana, so I think I pitch my Thought Monitor. Hand's a little sketch, but, like, so is this entire deck, so, like, that's probably par for the course, right? Or no, I have to... Oh, shoot, I miscounted. I've got Lotus. I can't cast the Frogmite for free. I should not have played any cards this turn. Shoot. That's so punishing if I draw a Glimpse. Alright. I messed up. We're potentially playing against a combo deck. Sojourner's Companion is not what I want here. I want any 0-drop artifact so that I can kind of keep going. Miscounting there was super bad. Sure. Ah! Yeah, this hand just kind of fizzled out and did nothing. That's okay. Oh, Swamp. Unexpected. I thought we were facing Show and Tell. But now I guess we're could be facing, like, an Ant or Doomsday deck. My Petal. Life is Pain. Yeah. If I didn't play these out on turn 1 and I would have played out my Petal, I potentially go off this turn. That's on me. Brainstorm is fine. But this one's on me. Oh, are we just straight up playing against, like, a Grixis control list? In which case, a hit at Sugu, which consumes all or whatever it's called, is really gonna mess me up. Oh no, okay, it is Storm. Alright. My end is nigh. Just straight up gonna be Burning Wish for Peer into the Abyss off Cabal Ritual. Alright, we know what we're playing against now. There are worlds where I get another turn, but they're very, 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 very few and far between. Like, my opponent has to have, like, 0 Lotus Petals. I guess I've used 2. Oh, I do get another turn. Hot damn. The issue is I can't really do anything with that turn, right? Like, I just don't have draws that are good. Wow. Yeah, I should have mulliganed this hand. Alright. I'm surprised that my opponent has to brainstorm and they don't just, like, have everything already. Okay. There you go. Oh, Reign of Filth. Fantastic. Like, some Cyrus tech. Makes a lot of skulls. Alright, I'm gonna concede to the Past in Flames. My opponent has triple LED in play. That's fine. We're not gonna waste the time here. Is this a time where I just need more combo enablers and I need to go fast? I probably need to go fast here. I'll probably keep the Concordant Crossroads, honestly. Go down some number of my top end here in order to get this stuff in. Maybe down like 1 0-drop. I don't know. The 0-drops are really good if I'm boarding in these. I go down 4 creatures. Try it out. Makes a turn 2 Kappa Cannoneer. 5 artifacts on turn 1, 6 artifacts on turn 2. How fast is that clock? I've attacked for 2 as of turn 1. Attacked for 7. 4 as of turn 2, 11 as of turn. This isn't bad. I guess this hand just, like, absolutely eats it to a Thoughtseize, though. Let's try to take advantage of being on the play. Keep this. Probably have to throw back Kappa Cannoneer. I probably have to play land and Opal on 1 and attempt turn 2. I don't I don't think I can just take Glimpse as a draw 1 on turn 1. Think that goes wrong enough of the time that I just, like, can't accept that. Alright, am I getting Thoughtseize? I'm getting Duressed, I lose Glimpse, yeah. Duress would not have taken Kappa, notably. There's no way that I can know that they're gonna have, like, Duress and not Thoughtseize. That's a kick in the teeth. Alright, so I cast Memnite. 1, 2, 3. I have 4 in play, making this cost 3. That's awkward. But that's where we're at. Alright, I have 5 power in play. I have done what I can do. Now it's up to the Salamander to get there. Or my opponent can combo off. I'm not super optimistic about my odds. That is a very good draw, though. Okay. There's 5. I can attack for 7 next turn. A respectable goldfish. Hercule's Recall. My opponent might just be trying to get that out of their hand for, like, Cabal Ritual reasons. My Mox Opal here. Actually, I might lose Sojourner's Companion here. It's my real clock. Alright. Yeah. 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 Down to 3 power per turn. Opponent's at 12. Alright, Infernal Tutor, revealing a Dark Ritual. So that's a setup. I'm fine with Thought Monitor costing 2. Yes. Kappa Cannoneer. I can put that into play. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll play, like, Ornithopter, Mirror Enforcer, a Kappa Cannoneer. So I believe I have my opponent dead next turn if they can't go off this turn. I have 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I have more than enough. Opponent's dead next turn. You had a setup turn, and you go now. Alright, first Dark Ritual, I assume will immediately be followed by a second. Oh, followed by an Infernal Tutor for another Dark Ritual. Okay. That's 5, 6 total mana. Well, it doesn't have red for a Past in Flames line. Okay, there's red. They have Past in Flames in hand. They have a lot of mana. And I assume that's lethal. Okay. Be up to 8. Infernal Tutor. Tendrils. Yeah, I'm dead. Margins were real tight there. Oh, Burning Wish instead. Or Infernal Tutor. And there's the Tendrils. Damn, even after, like, a Hercule's Recall and an awkward start, we almost came back for that one. I'm starting to think there just, like, aren't enough mana sources in this deck, right? So, like, to turn on this Mox Opal, I have to get rid of multiple of my zero-cost artifacts, meaning that, like, I don't have any gas left in my hand to kind of do my thing. Okay. This hand doesn't do anything. Alright, we're going to 5. Yikes. On 5, am I just keeping something with a bunch of artifacts and hoping? My 4-card hand basically would need to be Tree of Tails, Glimpse, 2 0-drops. I mean, as a 5-card hand, I'm keeping this, and this is not a legacy hand, right? Alright. Go fishing for a Glimpse. The 4-card hand. It keeps this. That's fine. It's not good. Actually, is Memnite what I keep? Or is Lotus Petal better? They're different. I'll keep the Memnite. It can do some chip damage. Harsh Flats. Haven't seen that in a while. Unmask. Yikes. Alright, so I have a Memnite. Basically. Alright. I will play my Mighty Memnite. And I will pretend that my opponent isn't going to just Entomb, Reanimate, and kill me. Instead, I am going to pretend that you're not gonna do that. Okay. Oh, wow. They didn't actually have the Entomb. Oh. This is cool. Like, I could rip a Thoughtcast and in some worlds have a Kappa Cannoneer next turn. Like, if I can get a Kappa Cannoneer into play before my opponent gets a Grizzlebrand or whatever, like, I can actually win this game. Alright, So that's 5 towards Kappa. Any artifact next turn lets me play one. Well, I guess any castable artifact, but I guess they're all basically castable at this point, right? Or no, I guess some of the 7-drop ones wouldn't let me also Kappa. Glimpse. Not good right now. It could get wild, but at some point, opponent's got to draw something relevant. Okay. All right, opponent and I have both just bricked off. Okay, they found their entomb. All right. There's Exhume for Grizzlebrand, and I assume that pretty handily beats me. See if opponent decides to go to 1. All right, that's unfortunate. I did not want them to take my Kappa Cannoneer. We were much more in this game than I expected to be, if I'm being honest here. Oh, they took the Glimpse. Wow. Unless there's just like another Exhume coming this turn. Okay. Thoughtcast doesn't immediately allow me to cast this. Phyrexian Walker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can float mana, play new Mox Opal, keep this one, then go for Kappa. Alright, I get a Kappa Cannoneer in play. There's worlds where this kills my opponent handily. Like when I just draw a Thoughtcast or a Thought Monitor and just go. Looting is fine. Archon is not fine. Alright, looks like opponent's going to take their 7 life here. See what they decide to do. Okay, they are going to draw. So there are worlds where I can chain together like a Thought Monitor into some stuff and just kill my opponent next turn. Wonder if that play was correct for them. Like 7 cards is a lot of cards. Okay, they're gonna unmask themselves. Oh, Sarah's Emissary. Okay. I don't think I can beat that card, right? Just like they select artifacts and I literally can't do damage to my opponent. Yeah, if my opponent had that though, they should have just entombed for that the first time. That just beats me. They go to 1. Alright. I go ahead and concede there. Alright, I will have 4 mods crypts here. The Concordant Crossroads doesn't seem good. I'll probably junk a little bit of my top end. Make the rest of this happen. I guess Mirror Enforcer should be boarded out before Sojourner's Companions. This hand does nothing. This hand does nothing but has a Tormod's Crypt. Am I going to keep it? This like has 2 power as a clock plus a Tormod's Crypt. It does not have blue mana. I think I'll very reluctantly keep this. Like, my deck's not very consistently doing its thing. I think I just am going to keep something that has a clock backed up by a very potent piece of hate and hope that I can draw into something that makes this hand better. Alright. I mean, Thought Monitor is the sort of thing that I will be very happy to have once I have 1 more land. Like, once I get a Lotus Petal or something so that I can, like, actually do something with this, I'll be perfectly happy with what I've got going on over here. Alright, there's the Entomb. Or shenanigans. Okay. That's, very annoying. Because not only is that going to start taking out my stuff, it's also going to ensure that, like, my artifact count is just lower than I want it to be. I mean, I will take those other cards out of your graveyard on my way out. Shenanigans is brutal here. Alright, there's blue land. This is 5 artifacts, so this costs 2. I will go ahead and leave this in hand for in case I draw a Glimpse, which I did not. We'll go ahead and play a Frogmite. Guess I hold this in hand in case I draw a Kappa next turn. Alright, this brings my opponent to 14. I have 6 power in play. But I'm just an Entomb and Reanimate away from just, like, literally having 0 outs to winning the game, right? Because I just can't beat Sarah's Emissary. Opponent did not dredge shenanigans. They're going to unmask me, pitching a Reanimate. That's fine. Faithless Looting, sure. Opponent's low on resources. Like, there's a chance that this misses in one direction or another. Double Grizzlebrand. And opponent is fetching. Doesn't feel good for me. Alright, I assume they're gonna draw 7 here. Alright, yeah, they go down to 6. Okay, and they're stopping there. I really need, like, a Kappa. I guess I hold it doesn't really matter if I discard a card in that. I guess in the worlds where my opponent can't produce a second creature, like, I about have the Grizzlebrand at parity. Right. They have gotten back the shenanigans, which I'm guessing they're gonna use to just take this out of the way. Alright. We got Archon as well. Not great. Chunk of Memnite and a Shield Sphere there. Shenanigan this Thought Monitor out of the way. Or not. Just block. Guess I'll block. It doesn't matter too much. Although if they use Lotus Petals to shenanigans this, I can't play a Kappa anymore. Although I don't think the Kappa man matters at this point, if I'm being honest. That's fine. Entomb for shenanigans just absolutely beat me here. Oh, they've got more. What else? Animate dead. My Thought Monitor. That's just rude. That's just rude. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and concede here. I don't think I'm on any outs. GG's. All right, I would really like to do the thing a couple of times in this league. I have just gotten absolutely bullied so far. This hand doesn't do anything, right? Beat Walker. Can't play you on 1. On turn 2, play you for 2 mana and not really go anywhere. I guess I mulligan this. Like, I can keep a hand that has a glimpse and no castable creatures, or I can mold a 5. I have, so not counting the Lotus Petals, I do have 20 0-drop creatures that I can draw to improve this hand. I think I'm going to keep this on the draw. I just hope that it works out. My plan of mulligan to a reasonable hand has not really happened much this league. Playing against elves. Alright, we're playing against elves. We've got a fast clock on the other side of the battlefield. I'm gonna wait another turn to cast this glimpse. Like I would love to cast the glimpse after getting another 0-drop artifact next turn. I don't know that I can wait another turn beyond that. I have to kind of just like turn stuff sideways in this matchup in order to win. Sure, I'm at 19. I need to make sure I can do that in a reasonable fashion. If I play Opal and Shield Sphere, I have 3 artifacts in play, meaning Frogmite costs 1. All right. I think I need to attempt here. All right. Let's try to do the thing. I don't need that many hits here in order to just like do the thing. All right. So now this Frogmite is free. It'll draw me another card. There's a Seat of the Synod, which I will play. All right, we're actually going to do the fucking thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. I can play a Mirror Enforcer for 1. Now I have 7. So now a bunch of these things are going to just be free. Another Glimpse. So I've got a choice here. I can just play a Kappa, or I can play Glimpse and Thought Monitor and try to keep going. I think I'm just going to play the Kappa and try to play Glimpse, Thought Monitor, and kill my opponent next turn. I do get one more draw off the Kappa, and Kappa makes itself bigger. Okay, I have a lot of power. If my opponent doesn't turn 3 me, I think I turn 3 them. Here's hoping, right? Fingers crossed. Yeah. Basically, I didn't want their turn to start with Glimpse. Glimpse into Cradle is horrifying. Glimpse into land drop 3 mana is bad. But I almost certainly kill my opponent with Kappa Cannoneer from 19 next turn. I feel relatively confident about that. Just because of like how much card draw I have. Like the Thought Monitors are Ancestral Recalls attached to 2/2 flyers. Alright, so my opponent is probably not getting a Heritage Druid activation at this point. Which is great for me. Now I get to see if I can kill my opponent. This is what this deck was supposed to do in the rest of this league. Just by the way, FYI, this is what I had planned. Mirror Enforcer. To draw my card, let's auto yield to that Kappa Cannoneer. At this point, I guess I'll go ahead and do thought monitors. And let's see. I guess I'll always yield to these as well. Let's see if we can find another glimpse. I'll thought monitor again. Yeah, this is gonna go quickly. This is already 8. At this point, I'll beat and play a thought monitor. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, cool. I believe this already is more than enough for a kill. So there's 11. There's 12. 13. The haste also. Just chef's kiss. Guess I can play another Kappa Cannoneer, right? We'll do that with a blue and then tap a bunch of the things that don't have power or don't have much power. All right. The other Kappa Cannoneer is clutch. This was what I was waiting for. This feels good. So this alone is going to be lethal. I'll play Concordant Crossroads. And make it so that I can attack with both Kappa Cannoneers. Kappa! Note, I could have chosen to keep going. This is what we came for, though. This is what I wanted to do multiple times throughout this league. And there is the 19 that I promised on the Kappa Cannoneer for a kill. All right. There we go. That's the recommended round. All right. What do I want against elves? I probably need to play Bex and attempt to go faster than my opponent. Probably means I have to leave in Concordant Crossroads. It's really awkward to like give all my opponent's elves haste, though. Yeah, giving my opponent's elves haste. It's for like the mid-rangey bog downs. I think when I'm on the draw, I'm gonna just eliminate that. And just eliminate some number of 7 drops. Okay. So, do I keep it? I think I keep it. It has double glimpse. And I have like 20 some odd 0 drops to hit to start off this bullshit. I think I keep this. I probably don't start going for it on turn 1. I probably like wait another turn. But this is potentially just like very good. Okay. They used that to hit their first land drop. And they're just going for immediate Dryad Arbor. I'm gonna wait 1 turn. I would just like to get that 1 card deeper, and then I'll go. I'm not willing to wait more than 1 turn, but I'm willing to wait 1. Okay, there's the land drop. Oh, wow. This is a strange start from the opponent. They don't play an elf here. I wonder if they have like Mindbreak traps or something. All right. We're attempting. So here's a glimpse. All right, there's a Lotus Petal. There's a second glimpse. Now we're going. We haven't made a land drop yet, and we are going to get a lot of redraws. All right, there's Phyrexian Walker. Okay. There's a new Phyrexian Walker. All right, good. We hit Memnite, so we can continue. I don't need much more until the stuff that's in my hand currently just becomes unlocked. There's a Lotus Petal. There's a Memnite to continue. Okay. So at some point I can consider just playing a Kappa Cannoneer. I would rather do that off a blue land, though. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I play this land, the 7 drops become free. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit too greedy to put the Kappa Cannoneer into play now. Okay, with multiple 0 drops in hand now, I think I'm good with it. My chance of fizzling is not 0, but very low. All right, good stuff. Now, quick check. Did I leave Concordant Crossroads in? No. Okay, so I cannot literally win this turn. All right, so there's a new Lotus Petal. And we'll work towards playing another Kappa Cannoneer. I guess immediately. Or not immediately. I need a few more untapped artifacts to finish paying for it. There's an Opal. All right. Then I'll do like one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Want one more thing in play. Then I'll play a Kappa. Oh, Seed will work as well. then seat. All right, new Kappa. Now, I have very, 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 very much lethal for next turn. I'll play out a handful more artifacts and then play a Kappa. Good stuff. Always yield to that. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Play a couple more, just get some untapped stuff and get one more Kappa in play because I want to. I need this. All right, new Kappa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. All right. Now that I have 3 Kappas in play, feels okay to end the turn. All right, we have the deck doing cool things on video. I will be very sad if my opponent just like natural orders and like randomly kills me somehow. All right, I've discarded a bunch of cards. All right, they've got a glimpse, so they can make their attempt. Their attempt has to kill this turn, because like I have everything that I could possibly need to kill them next turn. This is a setup that can do it if their next card is like a Heritage Druid. Birch Lore isn't Heritage Druid, but it does a good impression. So now, if you don't know how this works, Birch Lore taps 2 elves to make mana, but every time you cast a green spell, Nettle Sentinel untaps. So you can cast your 1 mana elves essentially for free. Note that the non-elves are not truly free, as we see here with Wirewood Symbiote. So my opponent can make another mana by tapping Allosaurus Shepherd and Nettle Sentinel. Actually, I guess I got a little lazy, right? Like, I should have left this untapped to better play around a Glimpse of Nature. Or not a Glimpse of Nature, a Natural Order for, like, a Crater Hoof. Like, it's very hard to kill me if I leave this untapped. Yeah, that was sloppy on my end. I should have kept going. Yeah, I wonder if I lose because of that. Play tight when you're playing your meme decks, I guess. Alright, so they can make another mana with Nettle Sentinel. It's hard to get up to, like, 4+ mana now, though. Right? Because these 1-drops are only breaking even. They can't Cradle. They really need, like, a Heritage Druid. Has that Wirewood Symbiote activated already? Yes, it has. They can't net mana that way. Alright, there's a black mana. You may absolutely Thoughtseize me. I have plenty of artifacts in play. Or in hand, so my Kappa Cannoneers are unblockable. I respect the line of looking to see if I just have a single artifact. Alright, there's the concession and the match, and in round 5, we did the thing that I was hoping to do in this league, and I'm happy with that. Overall thoughts on the deck list. A little jankier than I thought it was going to be, if I'm being honest. If I were going to make a change, I would probably go down, like, some number of Mirror Enforcers, or a couple more artifact lands. Like, I think there's a blue... Is there a blue-green artifact, like, bridge land that ETB's tapped? If so, a couple of those might be fine. Or maybe even just Tropical Island. Like, the deck just needs a little bit more starting mana than what it has. Once you get going, the deck's really stupid, but, like, when you're paired against fast combo decks, or when you're paired against, like, wasteland decks that can knock you off your initial mana sources, it's hard to get going, but this was super fun once I was doing the thing. But if you kind of take a look here, like, at the end of the day, we have 15, like, 6 or 7 drops in our deck, right? And until we've started to get going, we can't exactly get this stuff into play. Like, even after a baby glimpse, like, it's very easy to play this stuff. But especially after an initial mulligan, it's hard to get some of this stuff into play. And sometimes you just needed that, like, little mana boost. I wonder if there's anything that can just contribute to the raw artifact count. I don't know what this would be off the top of my head, but, like, a Pauper example is, like, they play Blood Fountain because that's an artifact that generates another artifact. I wonder if there's something that we can kind of do in this deck that accomplishes a similar goal of just boosting you towards being able to make those 7 drops free. This was still fun. Like, I enjoyed playing this league, but I was really hoping we would do the thing a few more times. Anyway, if you have some thoughts about the deck list, I would love to hear them. I don't know if I said this in the deck list, This was, I believe, designed, or at least this iteration was designed by MoPanda. They have some really cute ideas from time to time, and I've played more than one of their decks on this Twitter. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button. Helps out a lot. Have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you again soon. See ya.